Okay, so let's get started. And so we all know that everyone here who works in Arctic Europe, we see an entire region just booming year after year. We see more and more guests who want to come to us to experience what we have to offer. And we don't really see this going down in the near future, so it will keep rising.
That's true. Obviously, there are millions of visitors yearly that's attracted by the beautiful experience that you all do up here. Impressive.
Yes. And while this is fun right now, you know, business is good, life is good. We answer emails, but I mean, in general, business is good. In the long term, as we've heard today, we have some challenges that we will be faced with. For example, you know, sustainability. Okay, how do we actually combat that and work for a better environment? And so what we have decided to do is to look at some key trends / issues, challenges, and how we can use digital tools to mitigate or to make a better future. And so the question really quickly is, okay, how can we keep this growth, but at the same time work towards not jeopardizing the local communities, the experiences and the quality, so
and the nature,
and of course environment. Yeah. So, but first, let's take you through Visit Group and what we do.
Let's do that. So I forgot about this one. Very important. All right. So we are Visit Group. We were founded in 1999. Cloud-based native platforms ever since. Headquarters in Gothenburg, Sweden. We are now approaching 250 plus team members divided over 10 offices in 7 different countries. We've been growing organically ever since the start, back in 1999, with approximately 20% each year. About nearly 3 years ago, we started making our very first acquisitions to also start to grow inorganically. Acquisitions that we truly believe are the upside future and for our platforms and our products in general. So that's where we are now, and we are also looking very much forward to see what that ends up in the future. But that being said, we do not always only see ourselves as a tech supplier. We like to see ourselves more as a business developing partner, helping our customers with strategies, long-term goals in general business development. So.
Yeah, and I'm Adrian, and this is Fabian. We are commercial directors at Visit Group, and as you might already tell, we have similar names and similar roles, and we do pretty much the same thing. We also hang out in the spare time. So if you mix us up, we are used to this. It happens every day, so no hard feelings. But we're also happy to present our other colleagues, Malin and Tuka.
Raise your hands.
So if you want to catch us and discuss anything or everything, feel free. We're here the entire time. Okay, so Visit Group serves, this is simplified, but we serve 6 different segments, ranging from stays, you know, hotels, resorts, lodging providers, ski resorts, day tour operators, attractions, and this is where the inventory lies. So these are product owners who, with their inventory, sort of gives the possibility for the last 2, which we call resellers. So fair companies wanting to send vast amount of guests to the destinations, bundle often with other products, accommodation or experiences. And then also, of course, our operators, that would be DMOs, DMCs, who can collaborate broadly, usually serving a bigger region, creating broader marketing, drawing guests to come visit.
Yeah. Reasons to go, reasons to stay.
Exactly. Next slide.
So our solutions is pretty much this puzzle says gives us an idea. It's everything from sales and distribution, operational tools, business intelligence and insights, and customer communication and messaging. We believe that what we have been doing for years now, especially in the Arctic European parts, within these different four parts of the puzzle has been highly successful and has led to a lot of growth on our customers that we have here, basically.
Yeah, in many regions we see, it can be 20 different product owners and operators collaborating with the same products. We will go into a little bit what this means in practice, why this might save time and so on. But I just want to stretch one part of this puzzle, which is, spin around, the B2B network. Because what we all know is that our region, the Arctic region, we're highly dependent on receiving guests from all over the world. And we all know they want to come also, we see it. And it's an ever-growing customer segment. But then we have the email part, and I'm pretty sure that some of you in this room spend endless amounts of time answering emails, phone calls. And from the tour operators, it's not just one booking, their email. They want to change something, they want to add something. Phone calls, cancellations, and so on. So our platform helps support that with, automated invoicing. They can make changes, they can make bookings and so on directly from the platform. And they use the same capacity as you have otherwise in other channels. This mitigates overbookings and so on and so forth. And it also gives you the possibility to be very scalable when it comes to your B2B partnerships. Yes.
So what we have been doing is that we have been pinpointing 4 different topics, basically, for the presentation here. It's sustainability, it's also personalization, as well as technology, as well as seasonality. So this is, again, from our perspective and from our experience working with all the customers up here and the region in general. So let's take the next slide.
Yes, and this one is, super important. We've had talks about this the entire day. And from our perspective, and I just want to highlight this amazing graphic here, which is,
That's a husky, by the way, not a schnauzer.
It's awesome. But yeah, this is, I guess, one of the main purposes of what you're doing here, is that you want to collaborate over, across the borders. You want to make sure that guests stay. We spoke to someone yesterday who owns a hotel, and he said that one of their challenges in summer is that guests stay for 1 day or 1 night. Imagine if we could have that guest stay for 3 nights, the difference. And on a bigger scale, so let's say you have a guest traveling all the way from China, and they stay for 7 days, or they stay for 2 weeks. What you get from that? Yeah, they experience more. They travel less by airplane. And they also take back the memories and they share them with their companies, I was about to say, friends, families. And that also draws more guests. But then, of course, we also want to make sure that we get these guests not at the same time, because that would be, that wouldn't be a good experience. So we want to also spread them, and that's where the different markets come in. So if you know the global markets, so who likes what, and you can tailor your offerings for these different markets, then you can also spread guests over all seasons. And then lastly, for us, this is a key thing. If you use our platforms, you might know that you have access to a lot of sales channels where you can get bookings from. And all of this leaves you with a lot of data. And I just want to, this is totally impromptu, but just raise a hand if you feel like you're using the data that you have in a good way.
We have 1.
Nice. 2. Perfect. This is good. Room for improvement. But this is also, from to be honest, this is also from our side. As Fabian said, we like to work as partners. So we're here to help you. If you want to ask questions, if you want to learn how you could do it, then we're here for you.
Yes. We also want to point out there that sustainability from our perspective here is not only talking about the environmental things. We know since this region is continuing to bloom, there are going to be more investments, more accommodation providers, activity providers, tour providers, as well as, so the climate and the competition is going to go thereafter. And we think that using your presence and strengthening your brand for digitally online sales channels, etc., that will make your brand last and become a sustainable brand, and not be drowning in everything that opens up along the way.
Okay, and I think we need to. This timer is fantastic. So personalization, another big topic for the day, and again, this comes down to data. It comes down to using other players, B2B players in different markets who know their guests, to make sure that you can personalize as much as possible of the experience. And of course, as where we are now, there might be limitations in technology. There might be, AI is on the rise, but it's not perfect. And so being an expert in managing your own channels, meaning own the customer relationship, drive loyalty, which creates, people who come back, optimize the online guest journey to make it as easy as possible to complete the booking without sending that nasty email. And then, as Fabian said, strengthen your brand. And I actually want to make a reference to the other thing with Rovaniemi. So I wouldn't say this is 100% the case, but a possible case is that Rovaniemi, the Husky providers, have been really good at promoting themselves on the internet. Because AI today gets from the internet. That's where it fetches information. So it can't make things up just yet. So having flexible product and package administration for us is vastly important, and we see that this being used by our customers. You can create, it's called a travel planner. You might have heard about the travel planner, which we have developed with Arctic 365. And this creates this way to serve many different types of customers who then feel like they are seen in a better way. And I know we're low on time, but I have one more thing, and it's on the marketing automation part. So I guess a lot of you send newsletters, like just general newsletters. And some of you, probably a lot of you, send the post-arrival email. Welcome to us. We're looking forward to have you. But just the little thing that could change so much is that if you used the data that you have to send a pre-arrival email that actually looks at, okay, what was booked? When was it booked? What happens here during the time the guests are visiting? Then that becomes a completely different story. And some surveys say that receiving relevant information, even though you receive a lot of information, is actually converting clicks and open emails.
Yeah, it's all about targeting. So for doing all of this, obviously we're going to need technology. So integrated platforms and data flows is the core enabler, especially when it comes to your online or offline direct bookings. Using and utilizing the correct technology will help you minimize the manual labor, sorry about that, focusing on sales, optimizing the operations thereafter, and also it will give you a lot of different pricing strategy options on the different sales channels that you are utilizing.
Yes, and of course, one thing that we see if we look at our entire customer base, and we can see some real outliers when there are certain people within the organizations that use our platform. When they have someone who is truly interested in technology, who truly wants to understand, okay, what can this do for me? Then you are winning. So you need those people in your organizations who take ownership of the tech, because nothing is like a magical box that you can open and everything just gets done. Not yet, at least. And then finally, obviously, a lot of super interesting insights on AI today. One of the better compilations of knowledge I've heard. And while I don't want to stress that you should use it and use it a lot, but you should adopt and embrace, meaning try it out, build your own GPT. It's actually quite fun and rewarding. Or just try out to make content in more languages, or try to just create something and see what happens. When you get started, it's hard to stop, but just try it out.
So we are actually running a bit low on time. No shocker, no. So I guess that we could pretty much leave this slide as it is and just conclude here. We, as Adrian said, we will be here, all four of us, and both today and tomorrow, all day, all night today and tomorrow. So feel free to catch us whenever you want, ask questions about what we do, our key takes with our existing customers, and what we take from this presentation, Adrian, is?
Well, global demand for sustainable nature-powered experiences continues to grow, and rapidly in most markets. And so the collaboration between the product owners and the operators, the destination marketing organizations, is crucial.
Yes, so keep up the good work on that.
Exactly, keep up the good work on that. And then, of course, utilizing the right digital tools is vital if you want to be part of this journey. Not to be, cause any fear, but it's just everything is moving so fast. So, stay informed and, again, be curious and ask the right questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question in these things. I think there was something more, but I will be backing up.
I think we should leave that as a cliffhanger. There was more. There was much more. Okay, well, thank you so much, Fabian and Adrian. I think you've shown how a deep problem understanding leads to great products. At least I haven't tried it, but it seems like you had a deep problem understanding of the sector. So thank you so much. We're going to move on to the next. Unfortunately, no time for Q&As for these sessions. Thank you so much. Yeah, leave them there. Yeah, because there's for the next one.